everyone that has ever done anything great, built anything that lasts, done anything that matters, shifted culture for the positive in any way, is always come with critics, always come with naysayers, right? It literally is simply something that comes with the territory of being a leader, of being a brave one that's willing to go after an idea, of being someone who's willing to take a stand for something you believe in, right? Of someone who's willing to keep their faith bigger than their fear. Everything that requires any amount of creativity, of ideating, of bravery, it's always going to come with critics and naysayers. And, it used to be in the past that someone would mail in a letter that was a complaint, or, or whatever it might be, right? Or you would read a review in the paper. Well, now there's no barriers to entry for critics. Everyone can be a critic, right? So online in 10 seconds, there's haters and naysayers and critics everywhere, right? So it's something that's so important to know why you're doing what you're doing and stay rooted in that, right? It's so important as leaders and as leaders of teams to be so clear on the mission and on why the mission matters, that is so much louder than the noise of critics or of naysayers or of haters online. And, a friend of mine, Trent Shelton, who's a former NFL player, says that haters are just confused supporters, right? That's how he sees it. And he says, haters sometimes spend their precious time writing a bad review, or they spend their precious time going on your social media and writing comments. And when they spend their time, that's love. So he says haters are just confused supporters. And that's how he sees it, right? And I think that, it's just so important, again, in leadership to also just be able to coach your teams around that. This is a new day for a lot of businesses where the negativity and the haters and the resistance and the opposition is visible. And it's online everywhere. And this is new, especially for people that have been in leadership roles for decades. It's new for them to have to navigate that and to navigate their teams around that, right? And that's why I think it's so important that, investing in things like Global Leadership Summit, hearing how different speakers have handled it, hearing, what are the key lessons you can implement in your organization that helps keep your teams focused on that mission and helps keep them resilient around those voices, but they come with a territory. And, I've gone through so many seasons of that, building a company of over 1,000 employees and leading teams and launching products. And you're never going to make everyone happy, right? Especially if you're doing something that's new or novel or different, or you're changing the game or you're innovating. You're never going to be able to make everyone happy. And with that is going to come opposition. And with that is going to come the naysayers and the haters and the critics. And online, when there's not even barriers to entry, but you can also just do it anonymously, everything's out there, right? And so building that strong shield around you, not just of faith, but of clarity on the mission, of clarity of why you're doing what you're doing, and just that intentionality around making sure that your mission is so clear and so loud that everything else against it is, it's there, but it's also just noise.